lovelies. Welcome on in to Be Soul Light. Be your light. Ah, today is my Ken day. And my Ken today starts off with Ken number 154, White Spectral Wizard. So, there's no new code things being given today. Okay, hold on. And we do have a rune. Oh, the gateway. That explains a lot of things. The gateway. All right. So I'm not going to be out here a super long time. I'm just going to come on, give the message because I am in deep connection with working with the Black Pyramid codes that have been coming in. And I just love, love, love when I go into my sacred space and I go into the Black Pyramid. It is as soon as I show up at the door, I literally hear access granted. And then the door goes up and I go inside. Hi, lovely. Hi, lovely. So I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Every time I show up, it says that access granted. And then it goes up slowly. And then I walk in. And it's just such a beautiful, it's like walking into, like I said before, obsidian. And then black watery, like black waters that you're stepping on, which is all, to me, what I'm stepping into is primordial and it's etherical and it's all just devoided matter. So I'm just like, wow, this is and it just feels so surreal when I'm in there and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I watch the glyphs and different codes run up on the side of the pyramid walls and then they disappear. It's like a plasmic charge type of thing that I'm watching. And I'm just like, dang, I really like it. And been sleeping like nobody's business. Just sleeping deep, but getting a lot of information. So White Spectral Wizard, that's me. I dissolve in order to enchant, releasing receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power, doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. The color is white, far from it. I'm not wearing that. Planet is Maldak, yes. Chakra is the root, and the Earth family gateway. So we have a rune. We have also third mental sphere. A lot of pressure will be right here, side of the head. Fourth cosmic cube. Beta beta, awakening consciousness mediumship. And the rune today is going to be the Therasia, which is gateway place of non-action, the god Thor. So the gateway is a symbol of the indication that there is work to still be done on both sides and outside of yourself. And it's also the frontier of between the heaven and the mundane. Arriving here is a recognition of your readiness to contact the numerous, the divine, the illuminated, your experience so that it is the meaning that shines through its form. So this is also a place where when your entire life lies out behind you and below. Before you step through the gateway, pause and review the past, the learning and the joys, the victories and the sorrows, everything it took to bring you here to this moment. Observe it all. Release it all, for it is in the letting go of the past that you reclaim your power. Step through the gateway now. I love that. Stepping through the gateway. Hi, lovelies. So here comes the message. Ready? All right. So today, hold on, let me give the tone before I jump into what that message is. Tone today, da 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 da. And, oh, it's a double. Hold on a second. It's a double. Okay, so the tone today is tone 11, spectral, dissolve, release, liberation. Da-da-da-da. There it is. That's our tone. So what are you dissolving? What are you releasing so that you can be liberated? So you can stand in that liberation. So 11 represents the dramatic dissolution, accounting for randomness or non-stability, the mind factor. The tone 11 represents the power of creativity, dissolution, and distant structures. Hopefully I said that right. What can appear as destructive or chaotic may actually be the necessary forces of liberation, invoking a release from rigid structures and formats. So in the chaos, it creates, shakes up static energy and allows transformation to occur if one can stay fluid when encountering the energy. So here's the message, and it matches exactly what I was receiving. Okay. So we just finished with the black moon energy. That's the doorway into what we're getting ready to go into with the eclipse. Now, the eclipse that are coming, United States isn't going to be able to see them. Okay, it's going to be happening more over Australia, Asia area over there. It's going to be over there. All right. So this is the time to really be with you. Okay, it's a test. Another part of the test. This is the time to not be getting triggered by old things, old people scenarios, old energies coming up that are reminding you of something from the past, and now it's going to lower your frequency. Don't fall for the trick. Acknowledge it and say, oh yeah, that's an old memory. Got that. Done with that. Neutralize that timeline. Be done with that. This is not the time to be in a trigger mode. Say like if you're listening to somebody new and you're new to their channel and you don't understand all the lingo that they're saying, but your mindset is going to take it that they are a radical person or they're prejudiced or they're saying stuff that just doesn't feel good to you because they're saying it in a way to get you to wake up. But you're resistant to it because you don't like how you're hearing it. You don't like how you're hearing it. Okay? So this next phase we're getting ready to jump through is all going to be about discomfort. You're uncomfortable now. Wait till we get ready. And this is only a week and a half away. So this is like the prep that we've been doing for this. This is going to help. I've got goosebumps. This is going to help you get yourself aligned for September 7th. Okay? Because that's going to be the total lunar eclipse. Before we go into that, on Friday, the September the 5th, we have a portal day. This is like the pre-activation alignment with that. But actually, it's just a gap in between. That's the gateway. Okay? There's going to be several different gateways that are already open. So the message I got as I was coming on here also is, you know how the inorganic beings are always trying to stay on top of everything, play the energy down. So those of us that are in the awakening state, they can keep trying to keep the energy down so we don't fully do that. And the shifting can be delayed. Well, that's not going to work, because in this cosmic game of what they're doing with each other, the divine light is always ahead because it represents itself, where the chaotic one, that is the artificial energy, is trying to intervene the divine energy. First of all, an artificial light energy technology cannot interfere with a divine light, because it comes from an artificial energy of itself. It can make little dings if it's trying to do that, but the divine light is always going to resonate and restore itself no matter what and be brighter. Hence the words, when they're talking about, they're going in and they're manipulating this and manipulating that, they can't do it trying to jump ahead of when they think the solar flash is coming. See, there's this thing with that solar flash, and you got others on different platforms talking about it, but they're not really, I hate to say it like that, they're not really aligned with what they're saying about the solar flash and what it really is. Okay? Because that particular divine light that's going to show up is going to come in a very unique way, where it will not be seen and it's not going to be registered, so you can get ready for it. Oh, there'll be a lot of prep stuff going on. Don't get me wrong. There'll be a lot of notifications going on. Volcanoes and all that stuff. That'll be a little prep. But when that solar flash hits, there's a reason why when the Aztec, the Mayans, all of them came up gone, just vanished. They didn't die. They were just moved to a different dimension. Where, because people on a certain level, if you're on level, thank you. I was trying to figure out how to explain this. Thank you. If you're on a level A and you're vibrating on A, you cannot see B, C, or D because you're not vibrating on B, C, or D. Okay. When this energy comes through to lift up level A will get activation keys that now allows you to see B, C, and D. Okay? That's been there the whole time. You just were on A where you could not see B, C, and D. Okay? Those of us that have been doing that shadow work, that understand what has happened on this planet, those of us that are grid walkers, old soul entry key activators and messengers to wake the consciousness for this very moment right now, that's what's coming into play. And it's already happening at a level where now those of you that were on A, you're seeing into the B. See a little bit of C, but not yet D. And D is where you really want to be. That's what you really want to see. But you're not there just yet, because there's other keys that have to be turned in order for you to see D. Then once you get to D, E and F also open up. Get what I'm saying? So it's really important right now to understand where you are in the level of who you are. To understand when you get triggered by something, what is that really awakening you in? To understand that when you see everything in this third dimensional world collapsing, where is that taking you? To understand the truth about your bloodline and where you're going. Am I sweating right there? Okay. To understand that, where you're going, to understand your bloodline. And not the false, made up, edited version of yourself, but to really understand where you're going in your bloodline of yourself. Hold on one second. I'm feeling the heat as I'm talking about it. So, one of the things, if you didn't notice last night was a calibration night. You probably woke up really hot. Some of you might have sweated out your pillow, your blankets, and you're waking up saying, what the hell happened to me? Because you're going through that process, that coding process right now. And it's a heavy one because the activations that's going to come in through this eclipse is needed for you to get to those next levels. Okay? This is where they're really going to pipe down on a whole bunch of narratives. They're really going to play this game and interfere with your belief of self, fear-mongering energy. Okay? That whole part of it is where we are moving in such a way depending on what your original blueprint coding is that's coming online. So we have our gatekeepers, portal keepers, our grid walkers, we have them. Then we have the time jumpers and the time watchers and the leapers. All right. So in this consciousness of where you're aligning and how your key is getting ready to be fully turned and what you're stepping into. What you used to know about yourself and everything else is just simply going to make so much sense of what you went through to get to this very moment right here when we talk about the gateway. When you look at your cosmic signature of yourself, that's a gateway. There's a reason why you have that cosmic signature because of what you do. Yes, my cool cold pillowcase is not working. Exactly. It's not working. Forget it. It's not going to be working. And I'm just breaking out in heat like nobody's business. Even just standing still, I'll break out in heat. Just this is why I say that solar. I want you to look at something. That solar flash of what they're trying to get you to really look at has already been happening with that large amount of plasmic light hitting us. That's a part of it. But when we talk about solar plexus, sensitivity, belly, yeah, that's what's getting ready to go down. That's what it is. Okay. So this is where you need to step into the self and need to be in that energy. If you're finding yourself shifting a lot, like I said the other day, if you're finding yourself buying a lot of crystals and you're like, why am I getting all these crystals? There's a reason, because those crystals that you are being drawn to in that moment and you have to get, you already put some codes in there. You just don't remember doing it. But those crystals were delivered on a timeline for you to align with, to get them and to bring them with you so you can open them up, unfold it. Yes, been super hot, especially at night. Finally cooled down and I'm not hot. Yeah. That song was made for a reason. The heat is on the field. The pressure's high. What is that song? Hold on, because the heat is on. Hold on a second. So this is really, really important. And the synchronicity is going to be off the hook. Let me look that up. Okay, here it is. Let's dive into this for a second, okay? You know, I just go with the flow when I hear something. This was written in 1984. Oh, time when I graduated. Okay, the heat is on. The heat is on the street, inside your head, on every beat. And the beat's so loud. What beat are we talking about? Mother Earth. Okay, the beat's so loud, deep inside. So the connection of Mother Earth, new rhythmic beat connecting with your heartbeat, which is why we have, oh, what's wrong with my heart? Skipping beat. Oh, I'm having heart palpitations. Okay, do I need to go to the ER? No. Then you get there and they can't find anything wrong with you. Okay. And the beat's so loud, deep inside, the pressure's high. The pressure. What happens to a dome when it's being compressed? Yes, Eddie Murphy. Back in the day, right? Not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. So the pressure, that crystal plasmic dome above us, okay, being pressured, okay, just to stay alive. So the pressure just to stay alive. Paying the bills. Got to make sure you go here. Got to do this. Got to take that. You gotta, oh, now they're doing this. And now what's this? And the pressure. Dun, 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 dun. Pressure. Okay. Pressure coming down on me. Pushing down on me. No matter what. Under pressure. I love that song. You used to blast that song. You ever have those songs when you get off from work and you put that CD on and you hear that song and you blast it because it's relating to something how you're feeling? And you blast it. Okay, so just to stay alive because the heat is on. You guys, come on. This is crazy. Oh. Caught up in the action, I have been looking out for you. Watchers. Oh. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on. Okay. So it goes on and it does it. And then it gets to this part where it says, the heat is on, the heat is on. The heat is on the street. The heat is on. The shadows high on the darker side. The shadows high on the darker side. Behind the doors, it's a wilder ride. So the things that we're not seeing beyond those certain dimensions, it's a wilder ride because we got that shifting that's going on and we're like, oh, wait a minute, what's on the darker side with the unknown, the unveiling beyond, okay? You can make or break, can win or lose. That's a chance you take. So being here on this plane, you can make or break. You can win or lose. That's a chance you take. So which way are you choosing to go? What are you choosing to believe in? What are you choosing to align yourself with? You can make or break. Okay? But the heat is on. The heat is on. And then down to the last part of it, after I finish saying you can feel it, The heat is on. Burning, burning, burning. It's on the street. Whoa. Okay. It's on the street. The heat is on. I can feel the fire. The heat is on. Flames are burning bright. The flames, the plasmic light is burning bright. The heat is on. Baby, can you feel it? Yeah, it's on the street. The heat is on. Flames are burning bright. We're in that right now more than ever. And there's so many shifts happening. And then when we look at, hold on. And I bet you some money. Under pressure. Okay. Interesting how they're making this one a little bit. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. So David Bowie and Freddie Mercury put this together. So pressure, pushing down on me, pressing down on me, no man asked for. Under pressure, here we go. These two songs relate. That burns a building down, splitting a family in two, puts people on streets. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Chipping around, kick my brains around the floor. These are the days it never rains, but it pours. These are the days that it never rains, but it pours. But here in the song, they have these broken down words of day, d, and then it goes into e, da, da, da. So people on the street. It's the terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good friends screaming, let me out. Pray tomorrow gets me higher and higher and higher. Pressure on people on the street. Turned away from it all like a blind man. Sat on a fence, but it don't work. Keep coming up with love, but it's so slashed and torn. Why? Love, 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 love. Instantly laughing under pressure. We're breaking. Can't we give ourselves one more chance? Why can't we give love that one more chance? Why can't we give love, 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 give love? Because love, such an old-fashioned word, And love dares you to care for the people on the streets, the edge of night. The love dares you to change our way of caring about ourselves. This is our last dance. This is our last dance. This is ourselves under pressure. Sit with that for a second. And this is why I said don't get triggered in the next coming days of things that you're hearing. Words that are being spoken. Because to be under pressure, we have pressure of atmosphere. We have pressure of the things that are on this planet that were constructed to create putting you under pressure. And now with your body going through such transformations and the elements that come into your body that's creating this transformation is putting you under pressure. Because the one thing that will be guaranteed after it's all said and done, that pressure will make you shine like a diamond. Because that's what it takes to make a diamond. Hence the word, that shine equals the solar flash. So instead of us all thinking that this bright ass light is just going to come out of the sky, you're that bright light that's going to shine. And you're just going to get brighter and brighter. And let me tell you, be prepared now. Don't get your feelings hurt when people can't hang out with you no more. Because of whatever your frequency is and what your code that you carry as an ancient code comes online, it's going to go. Those that can stand with you can hang with you. But those that can't hang in your light, they can't be with you. That's it across the grounds. Pema, that's it. So don't be trying to hang on to things that are not going to support you in the evolution of where you're going. Because that just means some people haven't done their work. And you have to remember, those of us that came back to be a part of this, we already know what the game is. We already know how it's set up. We already know. But it's because we have to keep shifting through our stuff, the magic of the self, to get through that. And then once we're on, that's it. That's why it's so important for them to keep trying to infiltrate your body, your mind, your energy with all kind of stuff, scenarios, to get you to just fall away from the self. So when I say what's coming in these eclipses, it's going to be another dance. And this is what we're going through right now, the energy, the body changes, oh, 1 minute I want to eat. Oh, no, I don't. All these personality deception things that we're doing with ourselves. And you're trying to, well, maybe you should eat something that would be nourishing. Are you kidding me? I tried to eat that 2 weeks ago. But took me out. Oh, well, don't eat that anymore. You're having all these discussions. And then you get this. Maybe I should take a bath. No, maybe you should take a shower, because then you can turn it off and make it cool and hot and cool. But if I sat in a bath, I could get deeper with myself and be more releasing. But maybe you want to just get to the point and get really rinsed off well. You can do the same thing. Maybe I just want to relax. Maybe you just want to make it easy. You're having all these discussions of all this stuff that's coming through. And then when you lay down in the bed, you lay there and you say to yourself, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to freaking be laying down. Oh, and you lay there and you're like, and then you feel it. You start feeling it. And you know something's different. And you just really kind of lay there and you start feeling it going through your body. And you start feeling your whole body shaking. And you start feeling your heart going, doing that. And you just start feeling all this stuff. And then you flip the covers off and you say, oh God, I'm getting hot. And then you feel the alignment of the nervous system kicking in, and you just feel the beautiful body plasma charging itself up, because now it knows that you're laying down and it can easily do something. So it's not working against you in the gravity force. And now it's like, okay. And then you start this heat and then the sweat. And then you're like, what the hell is happening to me? And then it all goes away. Then it comes back a couple hours later. That means you just keep, every time when the ripple happens, it brings in another energy that signals activate. That's what's happening every single time. And then you wonder why you're waking up at 3 in the morning because you're sitting up. Now everyone tried to tie that in with, oh, it's this, the spiritual thing and da-da-da-da-da, but no, it's actually, okay, you just finished with cycle 1 and 2. So now you wake up, that's the awareness. Now you're resetting yourself again. You're calibrating. And then once the calibration kicks in, then that brings you back to lay down, close your eyes. But what happens, some of us start fighting it, like, must take more melatonin. You start fighting yourself instead of just saying, okay, thank you for the calibration. Okay, now I divinely align myself and back into my zone. What messages do you have for me? I will remember my dreams. I will remember the messages, period. Nothing outside of myself or coming into my space as artificial energy, artificial light, artificial gods, energies cannot enter my space. This is sacred space, period. Done. Got it? So, yeah, we're under pressure. A lot of it. We're under so much pressure right now to the point to where we can pick and choose where we choose our energy to flow. We can pick and choose if we want to be out driving in our cars today. We can pick and choose if we really want to go to that grocery store or not. We can pick and choose, instead of eating this, maybe I'll just eat this. We can pick and choose, you know what, I don't want to eat anything at all. I think I'm going to just drink water and juice today, period. We can pick and choose how you move. Maybe I won't go walking today. Let me listen to my body and let me unlock myself. Because when I unlock myself, everything else starts to flow. Because that means I actually had to be with myself and listen to which way my body wanted to move, which took me deeper into being activated. Then maybe I just need to chill, lay back, and just be. And allow the wonderful divine messages only from the benevolent light of Source Creator, from the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th dimensions, communicate with me. Anything else below that, you have no access. because I know in those dimensions is a mixture of light and dark. Some truth, some not true. I don't have time to try to figure that out. Okay? So we've been at this medicine for 9 days. Tomorrow is going to be the 10th day, and we'll close the medicine tomorrow. But I don't need you to be dropping the ball on yourself as we're stepping through the gateway of the eclipse. This is going to be the game changer, because they think they're going to be able to go in through that time line and do a whole bunch of shenanigans. And what's happening, thank you, Source is like this. Source says, when I see a negative energy setting up an outcome, I simply just ripple, 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 and you miss it. I move you forward, forward, forward. So it just lands right there, but it's, oh, didn't have any effect. Okay, another one coming, oh, it lands right there, oh, didn't have any effect. Now, the only people that will be subjected to this are the ones that are negative themselves. They stay in that lower world. They are drugged out. They are alcoholed out. They are in the world of nothing ever works for me. This sucks and my life is this and that. They stay in that lower world. Lower world. Lower vibration. Lower frequency. They become their worst mini-me. All right? So, this is game on, people. Thank you. Those of you sitting around, especially the men, you sit in your medicine and you know who you are. This is your time to really wake up the other men warriors. You know who you are. Stop passing the ticket along. Activate more warriors so they can remember who they are and their codes of themselves. The women, we are already going through it. We're already processing. Now the warriors need to come up and hold positions. Just how we used to do it 26,000 something years ago. Before we had all this infiltrational stuff. This is where we are in this fight right now. We cannot afford soul snatchers to keep taking your essence and then locking you into a lower vibration. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the message for today. That was intense. Thank you very much. The dragon we got is Hydro. Ooh, we got the Hydro. So let me look this one up. Hydra. Wait a minute. Dragon. This is by Anne Stokes. Yeah. Okay, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Okay, there's 9 on this. So 9-headed guardian of the entrance to the underworld. As soon as one head is cut off, 2 others will emerge. Interesting. It knows the path and will guide you through the unknown place or experiences. So this is the Hydro. This is also, I think this was this Jason and the Argonauts? 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. 'Cause I think this was in Jason and the Argonauts. Or was it the one with the Kraken? Might have been the one with the Kraken. Not sure. Okay. Yesterday, I took your advice that it was okay to just take a nap. Went to sleep right after your live. Slept so good. There you go. There you go. Give yourself permission. Every time when you give yourself permission, we're breaking the programming, the old programming. Every time when you choose to override something that's not your norm to do, the routine, every time when you give yourself permission to do that, you override it and then you create a new. That's what you want to do. And we got creation. We got this mushroom tree looking being from the other worlds. Oracle, excuse me. And then we have our sacred geometry. It says passion, number 34. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and claim. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where we can let it long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So calm of the core to where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Okay, the passion. Okay, and sovereignty. You have the power over your mind and your body and spirit. Yeah, being sovereign. Body limitation. Be a tall poppy. Set new bars for what is possible. 37. Love it. And then beyond Lemurian, we stepping through. 47. I love it. Stepping through. Stepping through. Honoring the self and know that you're stepping through. And the magic for today is pyrokinesis. Debate, rage, revolution, attention. Number 27. So when we are in that debating, that raging self, that is that part where we go, where we're trying to make sense of things, where we're trying to negotiate with ourselves. And that's where you're not in that place of doing that. Okay. So number 27. And don't let energies get into your space that are low and negative, because you know where you're going. You know the vibration of where you're stepping. So this is also a reminder to be in a cleansing of your space. So get your space in order as we're moving into that space of the eclipse. Start looking through what needs to be dusted, what needs to be cleaned, what needs to be moved, what needs to be revamped. Start doing that. Start looking at that. Okay. All right, lovelies. So we got one day left, and that'll be day 10. And go ahead and head over to Marty's portal and take a listen to her message of the day. And then after that, love yourself and take in the Amethyst Rain 23 on Instagram for sound therapy healing. Get that sound bath going. All right, so be good to yourselves. Just be in the moment. Don't try to do things. And please, don't be trying to people please anybody. You're not here to people please anybody. And you don't have to give anybody any explanation of what you do or anything. You don't have to explain yourself. Okay? Don't be explaining yourself. All right? So And when you already know you stand in God creational energy and you know the true God, the true one, true creator, you don't even have to explain yourself on that. And you don't have to show up and keep saying that to yourself. You already know that's what you are. Point blank, period. All right. On that note, have a fantastic day. Bye.